Hey there, this is Dr. Corey Gilbert with the Healthy Marriage Inner Circle and the Warrior Marriage Podcast, and I'm excited to come to you from my studio at my house, where I'm actually under quarantine, where most of you are as well, probably listening to this. So I wanted to give you some tips. This is a question that came to me from someone on Instagram, also through our Healthy Marriage Inner Circle, and it was asking about, so what do we do about marriages during this time of quarantine, this time where we're spending a lot more time at home and a lot more time around each other. And it's revealing, and I love the way this person wrote this. They made the comment, rusty spots, revealing these rusty spots in our marriage. And that's what happens when we're around each other more. Iron sharpens iron. We actually get to see more of the underbelly, of the not so healthy parts of our relationship, our marriage, or our family, our kids, and the way they treat each other, and lots of other things. So this is really important. I actually think this is one of the most incredible times for us to learn and grow as a couple and as a family. And so I wanted to give you just a few tips and a few things to think about as you consider strengthening your marriage in a time where a lot seems kind of up in the air, and there's a lot of people being affected by serious health issues, and a lot of people that are afraid because of their own health concerns and or age. So one of the things that I guess first tip is going to be, it's time to talk more. A lot of couples, too many couples, and statistically I think even it's the majority of couples, really just don't talk much throughout the week. They check in on the weekends, they do the niceties throughout the day, morning and evening or just evening, but they don't sit and talk. They're not dialoguing, they're not in each other's lives. Wives that don't know what their husbands do, husbands that have no idea what their wives do, and there's a disconnect. This is a time to reconnect. What are the things that your wife likes? What are the things that your husband enjoys? Why? Maybe they haven't thought about it. And so through the dialogue, this actually helps you better understand who they are. What are some of their fears right now? Some of their fears with the future, their jobs. Some of you have been seriously affected by this and have already either lost your job or there's serious cutbacks. And so there's financial choices. This also may mean we move to a smaller house, or we have to move to some other place, or something different has to happen financially. This is a time to reassess lots of our choices financially, and I think that's also a wise thing. It's just something we don't want to have had to face. This is another revealer, is when stress increases, what do I do? So as you're in dialogue with your husband, your wife, the stress that's there, if your heart rate gets above about 95 beats per minute, you're no longer thinking straight. You're overstressed, and you're probably going to say things you regret later. So here's a tip. Take a break. Give yourselves permission. Have this agreement between each other that when we start getting a little heated, we just take a little bit of a break, take a breather, come back to it in a little bit, and then continue in the dialogue. And if it goes back up, take another breather. Addressing stuff's critical. Being able to go there and address concerns, fears, questions, and just that dialogue is going to be so important. Here's some mores to do. You need to talk more, yes. You need to laugh more. This is a time where you need to have a comedy on every once in a while, something to laugh about. You need that. This is critical. Our kids recently, because of a friends of ours, discovered VAT-19, VAT-19, something really similar, a YouTube channel with funny, crazy stuff, kind of like the Dude Perfect guys. This is a great way just to laugh as a family. You need to play more. Play games, play card games, get out some board games, go out in the yard and play croquet or a badminton, toss a frisbee. These are a great time to do some of these kind of things. You need to be discovering more as a couple. This may be a time where you discover things about your husband or wife that you didn't know they thought that way or felt that way, and this changes everything for you in a beautiful way if you let it be that way. There's going to be things you discover that annoy you, and you can focus there too, and I promise that will not breed or reap much benefit. It will actually just stress you out and make you more upset. Be your partner's number one fan. Be their number one fan. Some of you are dealing with kind of a tapping out back and forth with taking care of kids and both having to work. And so you're stressed out with, I need some time to work and they need some time to work, but we also have kids. Well, you basically all have multiple jobs, and things just got a lot more complicated. It was easier to be able to leave the home and do work somewhere else and then come back. You could compartmentalize a little bit more. Not the case right now. So go with it. Go with it. Be your husband's number one fan. Be your wife's number one fan, and let them help them succeed. This means a little bit of sacrifice on your part. You need to do this your whole marriage. And maybe what this is revealing is we haven't been doing that too well, that we haven't been sacrificing enough for our spouse to help them succeed, because it does come back around. And so being able to be intentional at being your husband or your wife's number one fan is so critical. So I hope these are helpful just for you to think about, that this is a time that's a revealer. Times of stress and times of seemingly the unknown reveal a lot of the cracks, or as this person put it, the rusty spots. I like that again, that we need to work on. So lean into those and make sure your marriage becomes something that you're proud of. And if it already is, that it continues to be, that it grows deeper as you are spending more time together, more time in closer quarters, without some of those boundaries of going to work and some of that kind of division. And be able to be more present in the kitchen, more present in the living room, more present in the bedroom, more present as a couple, and then enjoy each other as a couple. So talk more, laugh more, play more, be willing to discover, and be your spouse's number one fan. Hope this is encouraging to you. Hope this is helpful. I'm honored to serve you, and I hope you have an amazing marriage that you're proud of, that you pass on a legacy to your children, that they want to have something like what you have. And these are the times where they're watching more than ever. So lean into that and be a husband and wife that leads well and leaves a great example. Bless you.